Man, there's no such thing as a dangle curse. Curses do not exist. Ilya Brizgalov just got a shutout. You back away from me, demon. Woo! Are you just gonna get hammered? Get me a toaster. Magic angel robot from Winnipeg.
What the hell are you talking about?
This team is ruining my life. I got a lot to say about that Boston-Montreal game, but I'm going to save it for last. Let's start with Chicago-Minnesota. The Minnesota Wild defeat the Chicago Blackhawks 4-0 in Game 3. That series now 2-1 Chicago. I knew it. Have I complimented your team recently? Well, guess what? You're going to lose. I say the Sharks are going to win, and look at that. They lose 4 straight. I say the Penguins don't scare me. Marc-Andre Fleury back-to-back shutouts, and Sidney Crosby gets a goal finally. And I got all these nervous Blackhawks fans messaging me like, stop talking about our team. Oh my God, Jonathan Taves is so sick, and Patrick Kane is so sick, and the Bickle's so sick, and Blackhawk. And the result is Ilya Brizgalov getting a shutout. And you know what? Okay, maybe that's a little weird. Maybe that's a little weird. But I'm not cursed. I'm not a jinx. Oh, I'm sorry that the Blackhawks only got 19 shots. I'm sorry. The Wild only had 18, and they made do. So there's your jinx for you. Seriously though, Mike Yeo and the Minnesota Wild just used home ice to slow the game down. The odds of you outspeeding the Chicago Blackhawks are not good. The odds of you winning a gunslinging score fest against the Chicago Blackhawks is not good either. So slow the game down. After 2 periods, the shots are 15-10 for Chicago. Now, Minnesota getting outshot, which is definitely not good, but they're at least shutting Chicago down too. Then they turn it on in the third. Justin Fontaine, a guy I barely heard of, sets up Eric Holla with one of the best passes of this postseason. South? That's that special sauce. It continues. Michael Granlund less than 3 minutes later, 2-0 Minnesota. Who's got Zach Parise? He had enough time to tip the puck and then get his own rebound and score 3-0 Minnesota. Granlund once again, 4-0 Minnesota. That's the way it ended. The Wild out shooting the Hawks 8-4 in the third. Not a huge amount, but they finally won the shot battle, and that's where all the goals came. Ilya Brizgalov has one job as the goalie: stop pucks. He stopped them all. Minnesota is not fun to score on in Minnesota. In 4 home games in these playoffs, the Minnesota Wild have allowed just 3 goals. And the amount of shots they allowed in those games, 22, 12, 23, and 19. They allowed fewer than 20 shots twice. And some people call that boring hockey. And you know what? Yeah, there is something about a 6-5 crazy game that goes to overtime, and maybe there's a huge comeback or whatever. But there's just something about, especially in today's NHL, they don't have the big baggy jerseys anymore. You're not allowed to clutch and grab. It's a scorer's league. There's something about a chess match. This isn't really a league that allows you to shut teams down like that anymore. So I haven't really been giving the Minnesota Wild their due props, so here they are. And now watch them instantly turn to crap because I said something nice about them. The Montreal Canadiens win 4-2 over the Boston Bruins, and they take a 2-1 series lead. Story of the game? This guy right here. Oh, you can't? Can you not see him? PK Subban. If it makes you feel any better, Bruins fans, that's Bobby Orr, and that is Cam Neely. What a game breaker, though. Subban with the secondary assist. Vanek setting up Plekanec's amazing feed, and it's 1-0 Habs. And then Subban crushes his own teammate. Gets a penalty for that. 2 minutes for friendly fire. Habs luckily killed that off. You know who comes out of the box, and oh my God, he's got a breakaway! Whoop! Sick move beats Rass. That's a highlight of the night candidate. 2-0 Montreal. Subban with my go-to celebration in NHL 14. As for him crushing Thomas Vanek, I'll get to that later. Montreal's third goal may have been more impressive. Danny Briere springing Dale Weiss. He gets on a breakaway, snipes on Rask. 3-0. Kelly Rudy had a great breakdown of this goal on Hockey Night in Canada, I thought. Like, we joke about Dale Weiss. Oh, look at this guy. You know, Dale Weiss isn't the prototypical goon in the NHL, but you don't exactly look at him and go, sniper. Well, he's already got an OT winner in these playoffs, and that ended up being the eventual game winner. 4 points in 7 playoff games ain't bad. But he read the play properly, knew when to break out. Turned around, received the pass perfectly, turned back around, now he's on a breakaway. And then he beats one of the best goaltenders in the league, a Vezina candidate, probably gonna win the Vezina, probably should win the Vezina, 5-hole. And to top it all off, he does the chest thump. Oh, he did the Bruins celebrate, girl! Oh, don't do that. No, you don't want to poke the bear. No, don't do it. Patrice Bergeron tips it in. Oh my God, the Bruins have life. No, see, that's what I was saying. You don't poke the... No. Joel McGinley snipes one late in the third. I told you. Oh. And then dying seconds of the game, little play that's talked about. PK Subban kind of just, oh, yeah, he fell into the net. Oh, no. Net's knocked off his moorings. You got to call the play. There was a lot of talk about whether or not that was on purpose. Come on. I like Tuukka Rask's reaction after the game. He was talking about that play. Subban bumps the net off, and he didn't get all indignant. Oh, what a dirty, cheap player, and no, he just went, well, yeah, it's a veteran move. Happens all the time. I love when players are able to step outside of themselves and say stuff like that. That's an honest moment. I respect Tuukka Rask more than I did before I heard him say that. And let me tell you about a guy who gets no respect, and any Leaf fans watching this, any Bruins fans watching this, you're gonna have to grin and bear it. PK Subban. Now, first of all, you saw him go to throw a hit. he decks one of his teammates, he ends up getting a call for it, freaks out in the penalty box. That could have cost his team. Ended up in a very nice play, but the Bruins could have easily scored on that power play. The whole dynamic of the game changes. Maybe the Bruins win game 3. But after the game, Subban talks about that. And he goes, yeah, I didn't like the call at the time, but then I saw the video and my arm came up. I don't try to be a dirty player. I'm sorry. It was the right call. Huh. That was like really insightful and honest and humble. But I thought he was a cocky jerk and he's a jerk. I always find it interesting who gets labeled cocky and who gets labeled confident. I need a defined difference. And I know it just seems like such a little thing, but you gotta respect that. He admits that that was the wrong action in that it was an illegal hit. And he admits that it was the wrong reaction in that he reacted negatively to the call and he then said it was the right one. But all I ever hear about him is he's this cocky, egotistical, bleh. So let me throw this out there as a question. Is PK Subban elite? And you might be going, well, what a stupid question. He won the Norris Trophy. Of course he's elite. Yeah, no one really seemed to give a crap that he won the Norris last year. He barely played at the Olympics. He seems to get benched with some regularity with the Habs. But my own personal opinion, if he's not elite yet, he's damn close. He's a game breaker, which to me means, simply put, he does things other players cannot. Does he have his faults? Sure. But you show me a hockey fan who doesn't want PK Subban on their team, and I'll show you a dumb hockey fan. What say you? Maybe I'm dumb. That's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Check out the playlist below so you can watch all of my playoff LFR videos, and I will see you next time. Here's an outtake you might like. Subban with my goat. Ah!